So welcome back, guys. So today I have an odd one for you. Wasn't gonna film this because I figured, it's just gonna be another run-of-the-mill will it start. But then it got interesting. So stick around and I'll show you what we have. So what we have here is a late 90s, at least a 96 GMC 3500 Chevy dually, whatever, same thing. And I wasn't gonna even film it. Figured it'd be another normal, it's like all the hundreds of them, will it run? But then things got interesting. So if you see these dents, I'm pretty sure you can see them, they're hail dents. Not a big deal, right? Well, this thing went through a hailstorm about a year and a half, 2 years ago with baseball size hail. Somehow it didn't get the windshield, but it got this whole side of the truck. Busted out the lights. Took out all these shields because these don't come off easy. Took out the window, took out the back window, which is a shame because this was a fully decked out leather truck. Still cleaner than that green one than when I started. It has all the options, accessories, a bed liner, the beer cans, CB antennas, everything you'd expect in a cowboy Cadillac. So I figured, okay, the mice never got to this thing. They had cats on that farm. It looks like it would clean up real well, right? Whoa, almost fell. So, yeah, I got the mirrors. So everything's going good. And then as I was going along, things are getting kind of weird. So you'll see this mess right here. I redid the ends on these. Every one of them for about this far had the ends burned off. You want to come up here? Anyway, so they had the ends charred, kind of like something tried to melt. The ground isn't so bad, but all of these, the insulation is just rock hard. Oh, I'm gonna need that. Anyway, so I went through, cut off all the charred parts, and then tried it again, and still it gets clicking. So I pull off the starter, figure out the starter, it engages the solenoid, but it won't engage the motor when the solenoid engages. Again, I thought nothing of it. And then my dad was under here, just tinkering and stuff. And that's when he noticed that. That's not paint, that's soot. Well, somewhere in here, we're guessing lightning struck, because these holes, they're not from hail hitting, they're melted, like someone took a torch. There's one there, and then it gets weirder. So I noticed the wiring, the insulation was missing. I was like, oh, the mice got to it. But then I realized that not all the wiring had been chewed up, and there's wiring in spots that mice couldn't get to. That was just bare insulation. And that's when we realized this thing got lightning struck, and it burned off the insulation on every single wire, all the way down to the bottom. And I guess these could handle the current enough where it just burned up. And if I can find a piece, I have it somewhere, I'll show you. But it just burned up all the wiring. So that would explain my fried starter. So that's where we're at now. I'm gonna go steal a starter off that other truck, put it on here, put a battery in. I'm assuming my ECM's probably fried. And being that's a 4-wire, I'm gonna guess this thing's at least a 98. Like I said, there's the sticker's missing. I can't get the passenger driver door open, so, I can't tell you what the year is. 454 power. I don't know the miles. They told me it was running when it was parked. She got a Camaro. This was her high school truck, so once they parked it, they never used it again. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 98 plus truck. So we're gonna see if this thing starts. There's a good chance it'll get parted out, but I'm not sure yet. Just depends on what's fried and what it takes to get it going again. So stick around, guys. All right, got the starter in. Might be upside down to you guys, but I'm upside down, so it's right side up for me and the Australians. Wasn't difficult. It's just 2 wires, 2 bolts. It probably rained. 10 pounds of dirt. All right, guys, so moment of truth. Let's see if we can get this on there. So I didn't hear any sizzling or anything. I didn't hear much of anything, to be honest. I left the alternator unplugged so I get my stuff to actually work. I need a longer bolt because with the ECM power, the starter power, and the alternator, or the generator as the manual calls it, it won't all fit. I think the keys are in this. That's not tight enough. There's our little buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna start a new fad. We're gonna have the front tire sticking out and the rear tire sticking in. It'll be like that squatted dog look that everyone was going for. Okay. That's in. Fire extinguisher is nowhere to be found. Hopefully the keys are still in here. That's the last time this thing was on the road. Well, hey guys. I know you guys are in here. Let's see what happens. Run, Forrest. I go. Let me go shoot it with some ether and see what happens. So silly me. Should know where the ether it always is. We always keep the ether in this beast because, you know, just a tiny little squirt gets this thing fired off. I haven't wired up the intake heater. So let's go for round 2. So something I never did. Let's check this for a mouse nest. It's pretty dirty. I don't see any mices. Okay. Some people are gonna think that's excessive. I'm just trying to get the damn thing to start. Probably needs gas, but I want to see if it'll even fire off. Okay. Maybe this is a runner. Well, I'll be shocked. If it is, I don't think I'll part it out then. I'll go put the wheels back on the poor thing. Okay, so this requires 2 hands. I'll put about, I don't know, 2 or 3 gallons in here. And then see if she fires up. Give it another big gulp of ether. What that sucks is that's kind of stuck. Letting it prime. I don't know why it just started working. It wants to go. In case you're wondering, the door doesn't open, so I can't actually get in here. All right, got it all plugged in. This one doesn't have any of the security stuff turned on in it. So if that's what's preventing this from starting, then that won't be an issue anymore. We'll go hit her with some brake clean, or sure start. shirt and helping me today because it's still not starting. I would love to drive this off the trailer because it's kind of a fiasco when you pull them off with the tractor. All right. Nothing. Yeah, oil pressure. I got in the driver's side door, and it is extremely scary how easy it is to get in one of these trucks. I'm not going to show you how, but it literally just took me, hey buddy, this screwdriver. Just started prying and I was in. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it sounds like the hose inside the tank busted in the pump. So that's not my problem. So that's probably why it tried to start and then it quit. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like a waterfall in there. So I have another pump off the old truck and I'll go grab it and show you what we're talking about. So the noise you're hearing in there is this tube is probably cracked somewhere or totally broken off. And what it does, I'm trying to get you a better view. So it picks up in the pickup from the fuel tank and it's pressurized from here where it goes all the way out, and then it'll go out to the engine. Ours is broken here somewhere. So the fact that the pump runs is good, but I guess it'd been sitting so long that as soon as it powered up, I guess this maybe, because it had said it was low on fuel, I guess it might have sun rotted or who knows. I've never seen a Chevy do that. I've seen the pumps just die. I've seen this on Fords, but never on one of these. So I wasn't going to film this part because for some reason, at least from what I've read and been told, that it's really offensive when you cut a hole in the bed of your truck to get to the fuel pump. But anyway, enough of that. It's besides the point. So just kind of a, I don't know, an FYI for you guys that might struggle with taking these lines off when it's still a factory pump, which I don't know how this is factory, but it is. So right here, try to get you in there, right there it goes all the way across. Just use this as an example. And it prevents you from getting your tool onto the line. So what I figured out, so you come over here and just cut this deal, pull it out somehow because it goes straight across and it keeps your line tool from going in there. You cut it off and it gives you plenty of clearance to get in there. So the other truck ended up having to break these off, but it was okay. I was changing the pump. But this, we're not changing the pump out because it still works, and I don't even know if this truck's worth putting a pump in yet. So figured that out. Got my line tool on there, and I get the tools off. Yeah, the dirt's great for it. It's really windy out here. But figured hopefully that helped somebody out because I was sitting here calling GM names and reinstating that I will not buy another GM truck as long as I live. But then I found that out and it made me feel a little better. So I'm going to continue getting this out and then we'll show you what's busted inside. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if I was right with my diagnosis. Oh, I was right. It's got some stale gas in it. Well, there's our problem. I don't know if you can see that. One-handed, so I can't zoom in. So our hose is busted. Let me get this out in a better place and I'll show you guys. So it's really windy, I hope you can hear me. So like I said earlier in the video, this is what it's supposed to have versus the Bluetooth version it has now. Oh wow, it just crumbles. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, it's not gonna run like that, guys. So I'm gonna cut all that off, and we might go inside and see if we can put a piece of hose in its place and make this thing maybe run. Alright guys, so like 3 trips to O'Reilly's later, finally got what I was after. So it was kind of difficult getting in there, even with a combination of different tools and some modding. We'll blame that on mice, but finally got it in there. I think it'll be okay, because even when it goes down it doesn't kink. So I got the truck, I got another starter put in it, got the battery sitting there. We'll slap this in and then see if it runs. Alright guys, got her all in. It's got a little bit of wiggle room. I went ahead and did the O-ring delete because I got places to be, and I really don't know how long this truck's going to be on the road, to be honest. How long this tank's going to be in here. And for those of you guys who are worried about me blowing up, there's a tail that a guy in New Mexico running around with the same truck with no O-ring, and has been for a long time, and he's still around to tell his tail. So apparently if you don't fill it all the way up, you'll be good, and I have no intentions on filling this thing up at all. I think with 5 gallons of good gas and whatever's in there of the stale, I think it'll give us good enough burn for a good time. So I'm gonna crawl my way up in there, and we're gonna see if it starts and runs. So I was so excited about this classiness right here. I made it to where I can merge all the wires easily. Not really, I'm just not going to buy a battery for this, and I already had the adapters. And I realized I did an AC delete and forgot. So it's been a little bit since, the first part of the video. So we'll get that out of the way. I've learned my lesson about leaving belts on there. I hear noises. So let's go ahead and crank her up. Oh, watch out, Tiny. I forgot the most important step. I don't know why I get a kick out of this, but I do. Whoa, I need that open, Tiny. Watch out. So we'll it's like spray painting. There we go. Okay, we'll let her rip and see what happens. Hopefully something happens. Oh, that's an issue. I don't know who would have done that. We'll just leave you alive. It's more fun. There we go, hear noises. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's running. That doesn't work. Wait, oil pressure? Got oil pressure, got some gas. We don't have power steering. I hear either some injector noise or some spark noise. Spark noise. That's cool. Oh, but it runs. I don't know what's making all these noises. I'll be willing a bit. Yeah, it's my coil wire. Oh, and look. It's all charred. So, I want to get you guys in there. That isn't my seat in it. That's charred. That's rubber, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go start it up and see what it does. We'll just push it out of the way. otherwise it seems to run smooth. It runs really smooth. I mean, it runs better than that other truck. Oh, spoke too soon. Wonder if I blew that thing off in the pump. All right, we know it runs. I'll do some investigating and then we'll unload this thing. All right, so we're back after about a minute or two. Found out what our problem is. So the girl that I bought this from told me that it had a harness problem or something. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's the power pin to the fuel pump relay and it's burned. So you go in here and wiggle it, it'll start running again. So just for testing purposes, I did that. We'll let the pump run. But yeah, I mean, it's quiet. It doesn't knock. It is straight pipe, so it sounds good. For running on stale gas, I would say this is pretty good. You can hear the injectors have some knock to them, some ticking, but I mean, in general, it's not terrible. See the charredness. Still not sure what that does. That's okay. Wonder. I mean, it's all shorted out, but yeah, we'll plug it in just cause. But cool. So I'll put my racing slicks back on here. We'll go unload this thing and see what it does. Well, first we'll probably put this back on, but then we'll go unload it, go see what it does. All right, guys, so we're gonna get the right tire on here, since it's a dually. Only reason those are on there is I stole the good tires off this for the other truck. So, got our grippy summer tires on. They're great until it rains. Looks like I got it. I got one anyway. Got all 8. Throw this on, which I stole from the other truck as well. I think we have a couple lug nuts. I don't know where my lug nuts went. I think every wheel's missing like 3 or 4, and I really honestly don't remember where they went. I know one was rolling around the car, and I don't know why it was there, and I was like, oh, I don't need this, and I threw it out. And well, now I need it. There we go. Oh. Okay then. We'll just repurpose you on another wheel. You know what? We better put it on over here. There we go. Good enough. Well, no, it's not good enough for the girl I go out with. She's got a lot more mechanical sympathy than I do, but it's good enough for me. All right. So other than the busted off lug nuts, I saw another cool feature this truck came with. Apparently you could get this as an option with the farm trucks. They came with a worn out front end already, so you didn't have to wear it out. And I think we're going to leave it single wheel on the back, just for, well, because I don't feel like changing them. I don't want to go put the duals back on just to take them off in case I need them on something else. Plus this tire, I think it wants to do a burnout. It's trying to whisper something to me when I walk by, and I think it said burnout. So it looks like it'd do a good burnout. I guess all I have left now is throw the battery in, tighten up these lug nuts without busting them off, put the ramps down, and see if I have any gears. It's got to come off regardless, but hopefully it drives off. Alright guys, I got it all hooked up over there. I just need to get the battery out of the battery charger over here and pop another one in. You guys will see this work of art in another video. So, we're about to see how good its alternator is. Put that there. That right there. Put that there. Let's see if it blows up in my face. Nope. Okay, I'll let it run for a while and charge up the battery. Isn't that right, Tiny? Right? Alright. Alright, moment of truth. Got the tire on. It's got a little bit of air and some lugs on it. This tire holds air. We've got the ramps down. Hopefully, I think it'll track. I don't feel like waiting for someone to come home to spot me. We got 4x4. We can either our way off the trailer if we have to. Got the lug nuts minus the spacer. I don't really care. Hey, that's interesting. It's got overloads, but the perches aren't there for the overloads. You see that, Tiny? Look. Yeah, she's like, yeah, we've been telling you for like the past 3 weeks. Or however long I've owned it. I think it's been like a week. I honestly didn't notice that till just now. Yeah, you noticed? How come you didn't tell me? Huh? You too busy with the dog next door? Yep. That's weird. So there's no spring purchase for the overload. Interesting. Yeah, it is. Anyway. So, we got that. What else are you telling me? I think she wants to go in. It's time to eat. Got our door where it'll open. And to be honest, guys, it's really pretty sad how easy it was to get in here. It was easier than a Super Duty. I can get one of them open in about a minute and a half. Not stealing it, just, you lock your keys in. A couple little screwdrivers and you're in. This was easier than that. I can see why they get stolen. Don't know why you'd steal one, but I can see how. So I think we're all good. I'm gonna jump in there, fire it up, and we'll go. Oh, and another thing, I feel kind of dumb. Where's my door handle? Right here. Reason the tack wasn't working and all that other stuff was, especially the power steering, was the belt wasn't on. So that was a dumb moment. Leave you there. Okay, see what happens. I don't even know if it moves. Okay, let me hotwire our pump and then we'll get moving. Alright, we got the pump humming away. I think I can get in here. Maybe. Uh-oh, I lost. What am I supposed to? Oh, I see it. Let's see if I can. Nope. I have to use this. I don't know if the fuel pump's supposed to run with the truck off, but it is. Why can't I get in my truck? I guess I don't want to leave the trailer. Oh. There we go. I guess we'll leave this with us. There we go. Got charging action. We got brakes. No, we don't have much for brakes. Oh, we don't have gears. Oh, wait. No, we don't have gears at all. Oh, yeah, we do. We don't have brakes. What in the world is wrong with this thing? Well, we're gonna roll it off anyway. I think she wants to go. Anything behind me? Not really. So we got kind of brakes. Look at that just hanging out there. We don't have power steering. Okay, so now that we're kind of off, why don't we have anything? Oh, there we go. We got 4 low, and we got park. Let me make sure we're not gonna go run off the, oh, what do you call that? The ramp. Don't mind if I do. All right, take 2. We're on the edge of disaster, but I fixed that. I don't know if we have brakes or we're just rolling. Nope. I think we're low on fluid. Okay. Well, we're moving on our own power. I don't have any mirrors. Kind of flipped in. What was that? We have forwardage. No forward gears. I'm gonna go check some vitals and we'll come back and see if we have gears again. Alright guys, I threw a quart of ATF in there, topped off the steering stuff, power steering. Let's see if we have anything. So if I let it sit here, it'll start to go. And I don't know why. But we don't have first gear either. It's kind of weird. And I don't have the sting lit up on the dash either. So I don't know what's going on. I don't have reverse either. If I put it in 4 low though, sometimes we have reverse. So there we go. So now we're going backwards on our own. But no forward gears. Oh, there it goes. No. So I know usually first is a there we go. Now we're rolling. What? Alright, let's see what it'll do. We're still in gear. Flip my mirrors out, even though they don't do anything. I'm in 4 low, but we'll see if this thing does anything. I think I can make it back here. I put some stuff in the way. So we were wondering if maybe the lightning strike messed something up in the valve body. Because the top of the dipstick tube for the transmission, the dipstick's actually melted and it's kind of ovaled out. So I know people are going to be like, there's no way. Ooh, what was that? 4x4. We got to clear the transit. Yep. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, for people that think that's not a lightning strike because it should have like burned it to the ground, I agree, but there's a lot more pointing towards it being a lightning strike than mice or a grass fire. Because how do you get the wires charred only on one side of the engine and nowhere else? And the radio I stole out of here didn't work very well either. Hear weird stuff. But we're going. So that's a start. I think that's our rear end. Something's not happy. You know what? Let's pull this thing. I wonder if I can do it on the fly. No, not happening. I didn't want to pull it out of gear. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that. Oh, no. There we go. It engaged. Or, I don't know, to be honest with you. I figure maybe something's kind of sticking from sitting. I think this thing has 2 different ratio rear ends, to be honest with you, too. We got something binding, but it's okay. We'll make one more lap, and then we'll call it good. I smell stuff burning, probably stuff burning off the engine. Cleared again. Oh man, she died. That's awesome. So I had to NASCAR my way out the door because I was afraid this truck was on fire because I could hear noises up here, but it was just, you know, the fuel pump and all those other normal noises. So I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, I see her belt coming apart, but and smoke. I don't know if you guys can see the smoke. But so far, nothing. So I'm going to guess this thing probably has some more damage done to it than what meets the eye, which I figured because of the magnitude of what happened to the poor thing. Like, that's hot. We got a dead short somewhere. I can almost guarantee you. Let's see. Yeah, we got nothing. So, yeah, I think this will be one that gets parted out. It runs. It moves. We won't sell the transmission. We'll probably sell that as a rebuild. Other than that, I'd say we call this thing good. No burnouts out of it, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know which. So, if you guys need some 454 Chevy parts, or the whole truck, we might just eBay the whole truck. Just keep an eye out next few weeks, and it'll probably go on there. So, whatever I do, I'll make a video, unless I decide to keep it and fix it, and that'll be for later videos. But, yep, we got it running. Will it run and drive? Yes. Does it run and drive very good? No. And it does look like a pretty good looking truck. We may, you know, sell this. Let someone do an engine swap. It'd be a good 12 valve swap. Because the accessories work. It's just this stuff doesn't work. And it didn't work real well from day one. Alright, so I let it cool down. Still doesn't do anything. The starter clicks like something went bad in it again. And a bunch of clicking here at the relays. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Might mess with it at a later date, but for now, we got other things to do. But we know it runs. It runs pretty well. And it's about all it does well. So it's in my way. Figure the best way to finish this off is to tow it with the chain that was in the bed, which may have been a sign of things to come. But what better way to tow it than with a real truck? A Ford. Fords hadn't let me down yet. They're like zombies for me. They'll be half dead and they still get the job done. So we'll set you up, let you watch this little truck pull this big truck. And if I don't see you again, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the comments. You guys are pretty awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Yeah, a foot.
Right there. Yeah, we're good.
And what's cool is the tension. You put it in park?
Yeah. We've done that before.